But I do think it's weird that like I think British people are less precious about their bodies. So like when we're at the studio and people take off their trousers to put on their leggings and they're just in their little underwear and it's a very public studio space, I find that crazy. Like I'm like your butt,
Your butt's out.
yeah, and there's a big window into the general public and it's butt height. It's just like ass for days. But I think that British people, even though they have a reputation of being more polite, they're less squeamish about bodies
Yeah.
because we're closer to Europe. I think there's less censorship around like sex scenes and nudity because like bodies just be bodies. But then the British public is more squeamish about violence. And in the US, unfortunately, for a lot of reasons, it's the opposite. Like we're quite puritanical in our feelings about body, but actually we're weirdly, or at least the media is weirdly comfortable with
With
violence. And
violence.
that's crazy to me.
Yeah, it's horrible.
It's horrible. So,
It's
like,
horrible.
the amount of British nudity has shocked me.
People's attitudes are just shifting towards it. And with sauna culture going absolutely crazy. So,
Yeah, viewers write in wherever you live, is saunas taking over? Because we're in Norwich and saunas are taking
oh,
over. We might just encapsulate all of city center and just turn it into a sauna.
may as well. I'd be up for that. I'm up for the warm weather. Yeah, it's crazy. And I know of another one that opened the other day, and in a gym.
Gyms
Every
are
other gym.
obsessed with saunas now.
Yeah.
It's a lot. And then I
Can you
do
hear
think
that?
that, what's that?
Can you hear that?
No.
Good. Next door are doing something.
We have one neighbor that likes to sing, but only one line of a song wrong on repeat for about a 3 week cycle. Fun. Fun.
I think
And
I might be that neighbour because I get mad, earworms. And I just have the same line of a song going round and round and round in my head. And if I'm here alone, I will just sing.
I think that's great. And you know, this individual next door does live alone. So, like, be big and bold, babe. But at 6 a.m.,
That's not cool. I don't sing at 6 a.m.
early. Luckily, we're upstairs at 6 a.m., or at least I am still sleeping. And this individual is downstairs in his little home singing.
Should we talk about the weird coincidence about your house?
Yes. Are we sure that definitely that's the case?
100%. 100%.
Okay.
You have the
So,
little toilet.
yes, but loads of people have little toilets.
No, it's 100%.
Okay. So, I was getting driven home by Alex, and she dropped me off and realized that she was dropping me off to her old house.
By this point, we'd known each other for like 3 years.
Yeah.
You'd moved, in all fairness, into that house.
Yes.
But yeah, that's where I first lived with my ex of many moons ago, 2015, I reckon.
That was so long ago. So, my bedroom has an ensuite, but the ensuite is more like a closet. And
Uh-huh.
when you sit on the toilet, you can't really close the door unless you sit diagonal, which
Yeah.
after I had my hernia surgery, great that the toilet was next to the bed, basically. However, I just had to do everything with the door open because I couldn't even like sit and kind of like shift myself around. It was like a blessing, a weird curse. I was just like constantly crawling to the closet.
Yeah, not good.
Yeah.
Not good.
Great
Yeah,
box room. And for those who don't know what a box room is, it's the third bedroom in a terraced home, but it's the size of,
a double bed, king bed.
yeah, size of like a double bed. It's the size of a walk-in closet for Americans, but they call it a third bedroom. But to get to it, you have to go through a bedroom. So therefore, it should just be the walk-in closet, which it is. So thankfully, we have tiny toilet closet and box room walk-in closet. But I'm living my
So
best life in this house, and I'm concerned that you didn't live your best life in this house.
I didn't live my best life in this house. The landlady was awful, but and My ex is an ex for a reason. Anyway, so we decided because the toilet was in the big bit, we just put our king size bed in the box room, and that was just that whole thing was our bedroom, and we had a TV on the wall.
What?
Yeah, and so then we used the big bit for like wardrobes, clothes, etc., etc., desk.
So your bed was in the box room,
That's all. It was just bed. You could just fall in the room, and then
toilet,
there was TV on the wall,
room.
toilet, big room, which was the desk, wardrobes, etc.
The house is doing well and we like it, and our landlord is really nice, and she's not named Julie, and because we don't have the same landlord, I think it's fine if we say it.
And the fact that you guys are there, the energy is probably significantly better.
Yes, we love each other.
Yes. I'm sure I did love him at that point because I then agreed to marry him. So.
Wow. Yeah, that's true.
Although remembering back then, I do remember he went through my phone for the first time then. I just remembered.
I've had someone go through my phone before. It didn't end well. We were
I've
on a
had
break.
no, we weren't. Two people I think have gone through my phone. Him and then a guy I wasn't even dating.
But I
No, it
think that
wasn't.
hunting is a dangerous game unless you 100% know you're going in to find evidence.
Mm,
But even still, if you already know, you already know. But
you
speaking
already
of
know.
hunting, we have a Sagittarius full moon coming.
What a tenuous link. It's almost like we planned it. Never.
What does
Yeah,
full moons make you feel, Al? What do you think? I don't think I've ever called you Al before. Does
I'm
anyone call
kind of
you
down with
Al?
it though. I'm fine with it.
My mom is Alice, and sometimes she goes by Al.
I was Ali, Ali, the whole way through high school.
I can't see you as an Allie.
Oh no, I don't see myself as an Ali either. If I had to reinvent myself, I'd probably go full Alexandra.
I like that name.
But Alice fine
Alexandra of
also.
Denmark is my favorite queen.
Alexandra of Denmark should be my name.
Yeah. 1844, she was born. She married what's his face. They were the longest running prince and princess of Wales. And then he was Edward. So he was the Edwardian era. The Edwardian era is only like 10 years long at the beginning of the 1900s. But she's awesome. She's really cool.
I need to go look into her some more. Great name.
Great name.
I taught 4 Alexes yesterday.
Too many Alexes.
I was in obviously in all of them. That's 5 Alexes.
It's a lot of Alexes.
It was a lot of Alexes. Someone needed to change their name. It wasn't going to be me. But maybe this is the Sagittarius energy that's coming through that we can't actually stick to the point.
Yes.
We're here, there, and everywhere, flitting, burning through topics, shooting them out.
Every my favorite Sag that's closest to me is that. Ping, 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 ping.
In a nutshell.
Yeah.
You're not on camera. It doesn't matter. Oh, you're a sweetheart. I love you so much. um, yeah, no, absolutely. Ping, ping, pings all over the place.
Or pick something, but then like can't get off it.
Yeah, like fixated. Yeah,
Yes. I
massive.
wonder what that's going to do for like our full moon vibe, because full moon is like so pregnant with possibility, so at the like harvest moment.
I'm apprehensive.
I'm a little
It's
apprehensive too.
it's too much energy right now. It's just like it's almost like it's a big build up. I can feel it. It's gonna be just
I feel like our future, like, I think that knowing that we've come from like a Taurus new moon and the future is Sag, full moon, the disparity between the two is like, it feels rocky.
yeah. Yeah, it almost feels too big and I'm not quite ready for it.
I have been thinking about rituals because we talked about rituals, and I feel like my favorite, even though I'm allergic to them, my favorite thing to do is to like watch the full moon rise.
Oh, yes.
And Jasper has quite like a late walk time because he gets in arguments with everyone. So The last full moon that we had, I like stood still, noticed it, and watched it like come up over the houses, and it was so beautiful.
I do think we should just do a quick segue. Do you want to introduce Jasper?
Jasper?
Did you do Jasper's
Yeah.
introduction last time? What about the other doggy?
Oh, other dog is Keith. Let's do
There
Keith's
we go.
intro. So my partner
Sorry.
came
I knew
along
there
with.
were two we needed to get through. Sorry, Keith.
I forgot that I had two dogs. Sorry, Keith. So Keith was my partner's dog. He was three. Now he's my dog. Three, golden retriever, sweetie. But if anyone has a golden retriever, even though they're really good like family pets, they've got this
Yeah.
kind of like calmness to them. He's real silly,
They love to just play. They're playful, aren't they?
playful, but also kind of lazy. So
Hmm.
like wants to play, quite mouthy. Um, but also is so like when I pick up Jasper's leash, he gets excited. When I pick up Keith's lead, because he's British and Jasper's American, um, Keith is not excited. Keith's asleep. I will be like, let's go outside. And he
He's
will
like,
look at
no.
me and go back to bed.
My friend's visitor is like that.
Weird.
Do we know Keith's birthday?
Keith is April. He's an Aries. He must be an Aries.
Cute. Which is, thus far, he is not exuding Aries energy.
I dated an Aries that was closer to Taurus, and I feel like Keith could be like that.
Okay.
But I think
Maybe
I think Keith is April like ninth, 10th, 11th. So I
that's
think that's
moving
like
towards
Aries
Taurus,
Aries.
isn't it? No. Oh, yeah. No, yeah. Sorry. That was just me getting that completely
I
wrong.
think
Yeah.
I think Taurus season starts more towards the end of April.
Yeah. Yeah. They're usually the crossovers like the 25th
Yeah.
ish. Yeah.
I yeah, but they're really really different. So Jasper is like mature 13, just kind of like happy to be. He's like playful but also very like confident in himself. Keith is like can't be trusted at home, otherwise he'll eat everything, but loves to go to the pub with us. And Jasper's the opposite. He's like, do not take me outside and make me socialize, but I will like be an angel in the house. They're very opposite. And they're like blonde and brown.
Little Kiwis. Right. We've now got all three dog introductions done.
All three dogs.
All three dogs. You have two.
Two dogs.
You have two.
Sorry, Keith. I love you. You're just so relaxed and chill. And you're downstairs, so I can't see you.
What with the Sagittarius
Mm.
full moon, obviously we talk about rituals. Do you think you're gonna introduce one into your moons?
I think it's probably good timing. So this full moon is on, can we check the date exactly?
Was
Because I
it
think it
30th?
correlates
31st.
31st. So that I start PT the week before, and then I will then continue from there. So I feel like in terms of like reaping the benefits, though it's the beginning of my like personal training journey, I will be like reaping the benefits of like this new mindset that I'm trying to like really like start from new moon. So I think that's nice.
I like that a lot.
That's not a ritual,
Yeah.
but it's like feels like a good shift and like let's plant some rituals and doing something athletic that doesn't have to be so performative. I think is going to be quite healing to my like broken athlete brain.
Oh, yeah, that sounds like a really nice thing.
Yeah. What about you?
So full moon, I will obviously pull my moon card.
Yes.
Then I will likely go to the journaling workshop again because it was just a really nice way to. Last time I went for full moon, it was very much about leaning into resting and also using your time for joy rather than productivity. And it was a delight because obviously sometimes when you do this introspection and you get journaling prompts and stuff, it's like, oh God, and you end up facing a load of stuff that you don't really want to face.
Yeah.
Whereas the questions and the journal prompts, I was like, I do so much in my life that is purely for joy. and it because of it, I'm interested in it rather than because I'm trying to be productive. And I
Mm.
was like, that's wonderful. And then it's like, do you make time for rest? So much. I'm so good with my bedtimes. I always have downtime every day. Like, obviously, just walking Albie alone is quite a lovely rest because he's at almost 2 hours every day of being outside and just walking. And then there's loads of sit down and read time, and or just sitting at the allotment and listening to the birds. You know, I've like it was a really lovely exercise because I was like, oh, I do good things. So that was lovely.
You do
And
good things.
I'm happy to go to this next one and obviously be confronted by things that I don't want to think about. But equally, if it means that I get to go and celebrate things that I do already, then yay. There's no
Yeah, I don't
downside to
think
going.
every reflective exercise has to be a self-improvement
No,
exercise.
no. Agreed. I think it's that one, it was like, oh, I get to just acknowledge a win,
Yeah.
which is really nice.
And you offer journal prompts to others and like guided work. And so, like, being able to then receive that feels
Mm,
really nice.
yeah, really nice. I often do the ones that I set because sometimes I do them and I'm like, I think this is going to go too far. And they often do. But then sometimes I do them and I'm like, it doesn't go far at all. And then others do them and I'm like, oh shit. We only
Mm.
had half an hour and I cannot close this container again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So
even
I,
though
do, I
it's
think you
go.
go. It's they we only have half an hour together, but it's always up to the person on the other end how far they take it, and I'm happy for people to go a little bit deeper than they want to, because
Yeah.
that is where the good stuff happens. That's where the change happens.
100%. And I was going to say that even though the questions are often more business orientated, logical, they're pulling up a lot of assumptions you have about those logical topics like marketing, like sales. And
Mm,
actually, so much of that rooted habit or understanding is very personal.
very much.
And it gets, yeah, very introspective, even though the theme of meeting feels more logical. I get much more emotional than I expect. But I think that's the thing with most business stuff. It's really seated deep into our, yeah, into our psyche.
Yes, I
I'm
think if
looking
you, sorry, you go.
I'm looking down at our my Sag notes, and I was just thinking how like when we think about some things that Sagittarius will kind of be, it's enjoying freedom, it's philosophy. I don't see them as like really emotional watery considering they're a fire sign, but I
Mm.
do think that that kind of like introspection in action does feel quite Sag.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
I
I'm going
guess
to
it does
do a
because they don't.
thing and I'm going to process the thing.
They love to think about things.
Mm. Philosophers and travelers is the words that I keep coming up against when I like refresh my understanding of Sag. And like when you think of a traveler, a philosopher, like those are some of the most learned in history. Like in the Victorian period, people would take gap year after uni, but their gap year was to go to all around a grand tour of Europe to travel because traveling and mixing with other ideas and seeing the classics and history and was a really important part. And I think that we
Mm.
often are stuck in the logic of thinking of earning a skill, but actually our ability to think in the humanities. Like I did you study humanities in high school or college or uni or any version of we had like
But
courses on humanities and it was fucking awesome.
yeah,
It's not a thing as often here. Or
no,
actually
it's
probably in
not.
most schools in America. I think I was just lucky.
Yeah, that's wonderful. I think that travel, luckily for me, was, and with the people I went to school with, a lot of people were like, you finish school, you go traveling.
Hmm.
So many people did that. And my parents have always been very open-minded towards travel, but it's so easy just to get stuck and just be, or the only travel you do is to somewhere where there's just loads of more British people and you just sit in the same hotel. Like there isn't that mm, encouragement to just go travel and explore. It's deemed as either a waste of time
Yeah.
or a luxury.
Yeah, you're so right. And I think a lot of people, I don't understand gap year in the same way that you will, because gap year to go travel and backpack, for example, is not as common in the US.
Mm.
Um, But it seems like a lot of people actually use that time to just have a break rather than get knowledge. And actually, once you finish the traditional school system, have a break. Like, I'm
Oh my
not
God.
opposed to that version of gap year, but it's not a hunger for knowledge. It might be a hunger to try different cultures, but a lot of the times when you're backpacking to Bali, you're not really learning about culture of Bali. You're going to like white yoga retreats. And that's like a
Yeah.
whole nother
Oh, yeah.
topic that is two yoga instructors we could probably get into, but not today. It's like great that you're meeting new people and you're bumping up against new people, which is amazing. But I
Yeah.
do think about what is it really doing?
Yeah. I think if you just go to the well-worn path, are you really experiencing much in the way of other culture? No, probably not. I did a lot of
Probably not.
Africa for my travels.
Cool.
And yeah, spending 7 months in a tent, you learn a lot.
7 months in a tent. I don't know anything about you. I don't know anything.
Anything.
That's
seven
so
months.
crazy.
Yeah.
More
Yeah.
immersive.
Very. So I went with an ex-boyfriend and we traveled South Africa for 3 months. We bought a motorbike when we landed there, bought tent, sleeping bags. We had a 17-litre pannier each for all of our belongings. Then a big pannier on the back that had the sleeping bags, roll mats in, and then we had the tent strapped to the top. And we just rode around the coast of South Africa for 3 months,
Oh my
camping.
God.
And then we broke up, but then I got on a truck and travelled from Cape Town to Cairo via, it was just camping.
By yourself?
No, 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 with a load of people.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so interesting.
It was fascinating. I learned
And
a lot.
also, once again, so Sag.
So
To be like,
sad.
I'm so idealistic. I just know this will work. And guess what? It did work. Like, which is kind of the magic of like, of that sign. And even
Yeah.
though I'm not sure if you have much Sag in your chart, like, that's what a great example of like idealistic traveling, philosophy, learning new things, staying open-minded, rubbing against other cultures, but actually it all works out. Like some of those
Yeah.
qualities could have backfired, but obviously they didn't because you were meant to be there.
Yeah.
Hmm.
My Saturn is in Sagittarius.
Saturn
My
and
Saturn.
Sag.
So life lessons around truth, belief systems, travel, education, freedom.
That's so interesting.
Over time, this brings wisdom of and philosophical depth. Oh my God.
That's crazy. What house is it in?
Doesn't say.
Doesn't say. My Sag is in my descendant and it's committed relationships.
Oh,
So I wonder if a lot of my best committed relationships had like quite a lot of freedom and play attached. The
oh,
ones that
interesting.
work, the ones that didn't work. Obviously, there's been a number of relations that didn't work, but were still successful in their own right. So I'm thinking of more like, were they happy or were they not happy? Were they successful or were they unsuccessful, regardless of the breakup? Like the ones that have been happy actually are quite playful, fun. And I have my Venus, my little love, in Aries. So like
Ah,
enjoys being like bold, free, despite the fact that I'm just like a watery baby.
my Venus is in Aquarius.
So interesting. Do you choose
Uh,
like really like out there lovers,
so
otherworldly?
weirdly, talking about this the other day, I have never dated what I would define a confident man. Never.
Weird. Weird.
Riddled with insecurities, all of them,
Strange.
isn't it? But I think have all lent on me because I'm the confident one,
Hmm.
and I think they like the fact that I make them feel stronger.
Sounds like a mommy problem.
Oh, you've no idea. It very much was. And there's me like, oh my God, you'll only love me if I look after you.
Well, that's a lot to think about.
Yes, it has been. Thank you.
I don't think I've ever been mommy.
Oh, you lucky, lucky girl.
I think some of my partners would have preferred me to be a slightly more mommy and responsible in a responsible way,
Fair.
but who knows? We'll see. Alex, we're going quite far over.
Oh,
When do we need to end?
oh, I'm easy, babe. I'm not gonna. I don't have no energy today, so I'm not gonna do anything much after this, other than a bit of social media.
Great. Um, okay, so thinking about this full moon in Sag, I feel like this full moon is gonna like burst into this energy that feels like we need to be leaning into philosophy. And if we're not traveling actually, then maybe just thinking about like the idea of travel. So, like, what are we bumping up against? What kind of culture can we play with? What kind of knowledge can we rub up against in practical area? Maybe it's reading a book. Maybe it is jumping into some learning that feels really exciting. But I do think it has to be like playful and interesting. Like,
Agreed.
Sag is playful.
I think any of the Hindu mythology or Greek mythology would be great because they're all so playful and silly
Yes.
and just they're so mental that you can't help but laugh out loud. I think learning something along those lines would be just a really great thing to do right now.
I think the trickster gods would be very interesting to explore.
Some low key vibes.
Yeah. I recently
Mm.
read Medusa's Sisters. It
Was
was
it
very,
good?
very good if someone needs a book rec for. I mean, it's a retelling and they take a lot of liberties, but it's basically about Medusa and her sisters, but it's primarily about her other sisters, her other two. And it takes a lot of stories into one, but it really humanizes them as the Gorgons. It is really interesting to talk about how this like very hated figure was just a woman. Granted, she was like a bit of a god, but like she was more of like a monster creature in the godly realm.
Yeah.
But wasn't this like ugly, horrific thing. She was just like a woman that was then basically damned, and then turned into this creature. So that would be very interesting
Mm.
to play with. I don't think there's a ton of trickster god energy in it, but it might be a fun way to play with Greco-Roman themes.
Roman?
Greco-Roman.
Mm.
So like Greek mythology then got
Yeah.
adopted by Roman mythology. So I feel like I never remember
Oh, did it
which.
get adapted?
Yeah, so I never quite
Yeah.
remember which. Sometimes the names that we use for different gods are Greek versus
Yeah.
Roman. So I always
Yeah.
go Greco-Roman when I like name that. What's a
Fair.
good example?
Safety.
Like,
Jupiter.
yeah, Jupiter versus what's the other one?
Can't remember the other one, but Jupiter I know has got a Greek name, but Jupiter is the Roman name. Yeah. Um, the I'm really glad that I'm traveling over this one because I can go and learn a load of Italian stuff, history,
Can you tell
strut
us your
around the
plans?
streets of Florence and just learn and suck it all in whilst basking in the fiery sun.
Oh my God, yes. I think you're in a
Yeah.
really good, very, very, very appropriate place for full moon.
Yeah.
That's
It's
good.
almost a shame I'm not going to Mount Vesuvius.
You're in the
Yeah.
right region, but probably quite far.
Yeah, I went there a couple of years ago. It's
Did you?
stunning part of the world, yeah.
I've never been to Italy, never been to Greece, never been in that corner of the Mediterranean at all.
I recommend Italy. I've only been to one of the Greek islands, so I can't say anything about mainland
Mm,
Greece. Yeah. Yeah, I think travel philosophy. Let's get it done.
let's get it done.
And yeah, I think something just playful philosophy. Make it. I think people hear philosophy and they think scary, don't know it, don't understand, can't read, the usual. I don't understand it. It's, I think, remember that it's a form of entertainment again, all over again. But there can be, if you want to make it, deeper themes. Have you ever read the Mahabharata?
No.
So the Bhagavad Gita, which is a really common yoga text, it's all
Yes.
about Dharma. Is a chapter of a bigger book called the Mahabharata,
Mm.
and it's freaking hilarious. Like there's jokes all the way through. It's like so playful and you think it's going to be because it's huge and it's like some really old Hindu text. Blah 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 blah. It's meant to be a poem. Like it does not rhyme.
Maybe it rhymed in Sanskrit.
Maybe it rhymed in Sanskrit. It does not rhyme in English. And but it's hilarious. Like there's jokes, jokes, jokes all the way
Mm.
through. There's really playful banter and all sorts of stuff. And this text is old. And there's amazing lessons that you can learn from so much of it. But equally at the same time, it is entertainment. And I think coming at it from remembering that you can just enjoy this stuff is it's really freeing.
Yeah, maybe we have a little book recommendation in this caption because I think it would be really fun to play with narrative philosophy rather than what we think
Mm,
about in like uni and school, like study philosophy. It would be interesting to attack philosophy from storytelling. I think that'd be a really cool little homework for all of us.
it would. It would. It would. Perfect for this time. And then we've got our next new moon, must be halfway through June, which is terrifying, which will be our next episode.
Next episode.
How exciting.
Can't wait. Guys, we're on to
Can't
number
wait.
2. We hope you're enjoying it.
Chatting shit about the moon.
Let us know what you think. Make sure you comment. Tell us what you're reading or if you've been into philosophy. We'll make sure to include some book recommendations on this as well.
Peace out.
Peace out.